love Italian wines, and Italy as a country of origin is probably the strongest performing category on the Indian wine scene. Let me give you a few reasons why. First is Indians love Italian cuisine, and we have several Italian restaurants. It's probably one of the most popular international food cuisines popular in India. And so every time there's an Italian restaurant that opens up, by default you have a wide selection of Italian wines that feature on these lists that actually enjoy great popularity and brand recall among consumers. Most luxury hotels will have a fine dining Italian restaurant, again featuring a lot of fine Italian wines on their list. So that kind of plays in really well for the Italian wine segment. More importantly, and as a result of all this, I think consumers generally tend to associate Italian wines with as fine wines. If you ask an average wine consumer, what country do you enjoy drinking expensive wines from, he's probably likely to say in India, Italy, rather than even France, for example. They find Italian wine brands easier to pronounce, so therefore the brand recall is also better for that reason. And I think it's just a great performing category, even in the sparkling wine category. I mean, no doubt that in the still wine segment, because we drink a lot of red wines, India drinks 65 to 70% red wines. Italian red wines, given all the diversity and of styles that they offer, are really performing really well in the Indian market. But also the sparkling wine category is outpacing the growth of sparkling Indian as well as sparkling French wines. So I think there's a lot of opportunity for Italian wines to continue making a mark and growing from strength to strength in the Indian wine market. Wine is the fastest growing alcoholic beverage in India. It has been growing consistently for 14 to 15% consistently over the last 10 years or so. I think all of this extrapolates to a very bright future for wine. In about 10 years' time, this will be obviously an industry of sizable growth. We will probably have evolved from being defined as a new emerging market to a rapidly growing market, hopefully. This will mean many things. In terms of consumer trends, we will see a lot of women driving wine consumption in India, as we're seeing that already now, but this will only continue to grow. Millennials, as you know, India is the youngest country in the world, and millennials are taking to wine in a very big way. They're embracing wine, and they're eager and curious to learn and eager to try different styles of wine. So in about 10 years' time, we would probably have converted a lot of these Indian young millennial drinkers into loyal drinkers of wine. I think in terms of other supporting segments or industries, I think two industries that I feel very bullish about is one is the wine education industry. It is already starting to see a lot of traction and a lot of demand, and this will only continue to grow from strength to strength. And another one that I'm very bullish about is the wine tourism. This plays better for the Indian wine industry, but we will see a lot of Indian consumers, because of their curiosity for wine and their love for wine. They will not only travel to Indian wine regions to try different wines, but will also want to reach out to wine regions globally to experience 360-degree wine. So I think Italy there has a great opportunity, because we already have close to 1 million consumers a year that travel to Italy for tourism purposes, for various tourism purposes, but I'm sure wine is a very important part of that. And I think in about 10 years' time, we will see a very, very bright and a steady future, hopefully more than one master of wine too.